And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to First Touch. It is Monday, May 24th, and we are here live. My name is Dazerin. Joined with me, of course, is Dizz and TBates. Gentlemen, how are we doing today? How are we doing?
It's a beautiful Monday afternoon.
Yeah,
TBates always
afternoon.
afternoon. There's a lot of eventful. This is a pretty eventful morning for First Touch, if I have to say so myself. But it's good regardless.
Yeah, this is the first one. This is the first one where we had to do a little shake-up action.
Do we want to talk about that? We can hit on it a little bit.
I mean, we could tell the fans what we were trying to bring them today, but unfortunately,
Right. So
circumstances went awry.
Of course, as always, we try to do things a little bit differently here on First Touch. We were trying to plan a North American versus Europe segment with Noli and Reddles, but Reddles had some issues that he had to attend to last minute. We found out maybe like an hour ago. So we didn't want to hold Noli here. So we ended up letting, since Reddles was going to be here, we let Noli go, and we'll try to see if we can have that circle back around a little bit later, see if we get all 5 of us all together. But till then, same old crew, but the topic's a little bit different today. We got a lot to talk about, and unless you guys have something to say, we can get right into it. Y'all ready?
I'm good to go.
I just wanted to say that Damar's an official RLCS commentator. I want to let everybody in the chat know. So if you ever hate on this, know that he does talk on the mainstream in front of 170,000 people. Yeah, so he's big time. He's official. And also, my teeth are really white, so this one.
Yeah, whiter than mine. Yeah, I gotta get what you got. Don't let me know right now. No sponsors, but
yeah, no free advertising.
Right, no free clout. We got to talk about this North American major that happened. It was definitely, out of all the majors we saw this spring split, had to have been the most interesting one. At least that's my personal opinion. But you had that race for championships.
Bias.
Yeah, I guess
they're tweeting already.
Everything was locked. I think the only region that wasn't locked was OCE. That one was close too. We kind of found that out in quarters, but NA really had it, especially with that FaZe Shopify Rebellion. Yeah. Oh my god, I actually called them that right. See, it's like a little battle every time I cast them or like have to talk about them, because I'm like, okay, say the first word right. Don't say what it sounds like. But Rebellion and FaZe did end up battling out. I believe we have some graphics that we can look at. We could just take this one right from the top. Starts off in groups, and honestly, compared to what we ended up seeing here in groups, we had an interesting little play in groups. What do you guys think of this? I don't think we necessarily predicted this. I think a lot of us had Envy finishing at the top, and then of course NRG finishing at the top of Group B.
Well, see, for me, Envy. I mean, the machine. They're missing. They were missing a part. Tommy wasn't on Fennec. I mean, it happens. Lack of hours. I mean, the machine would be ready for championship. It's all good that they ended up going 2-2. They were letting teams have a chance. SSG managed to get out of there. Had to play Rogue off rip. That wasn't gonna go well for them, of course. And then NRG and G2, I'm proud of NRG and G2 especially. But they both balled out this weekend. You gotta give them the props where it's due, and I think that's just the best way to go about it, in my opinion.
Thing I want to point out is Super Sub Sathu on SSG actually making it out of the group with 2 dubs. Matthew still got a little gas in the tank. I don't know what his plans are, but man, people disrespect players who go into retirement, but these dudes ain't no scrubs, man. They still play on their off time. I don't think anybody could ever fully retire from Rocket League unless they got real life things going on that they actually don't have time for it. But if you still got time to play Rocket League and you retire, bro, you gonna keep playing, you gonna keep grinding, and that's what Sathu did. He's a super sub, and he pulled up and got SSG 2 championships under.
Yeah, I mean, talk about Championship Sunday. Let's take a look at that too. Or we look at that bracket, and based on these season groups, that's where you really saw, okay, this is wow. The way that everything ended up, where you had Rogue playing SSG first, NRG playing Envy first, G2 playing Sonics, and then that leaves Shopify Rebellion to play FaZe Clan in that series was so wild. Oh my goodness. I had to leave because I had to do another show, and I'm in rehearsals. It's like me and Stacks, and we have Puckett with us too, and we're all like I'm like telling everybody, like, listen, we gotta hold on. Like, Pug is like, yo, we gotta just give us a couple minutes. This is going to game 7. We gotta watch this game. And we all just, it was just like everybody, no matter what you were doing, you kind of stopped and watched that. Definitely was like the most exciting series I've seen in a minute.
Oh yeah, it was pretty good. I just wanted to point out that there was a chance we could have had a G2 versus Envy championship. And I mean, if Envy had the machine cooking, Atomic on Fennec maybe on the Fennec, missed a little bit more hours, everybody more hours on the team. I think we probably could have had that happen. And my goodness, I would have looked like a pure genius on the show. But unfortunately, I'm not making any excuses. I'm just saying that there was a potential of that happening. And
They got embarrassed.
they didn't get embarrassed. They lost every game by 1 goal. Don't bring that up. They lost every game by 1 goal. Give them the context. Don't just bring up the series score.
Yeah, I will bring up the series. I was there. You know, I gotta get my 1 little cast a day. I was in there. And last time I checked, Envy only scored 1 goal. It was a turbo goal off the side. The offense was non-existent.
How did he score the ball?
It was a little pinch. He didn't even work for it.
From the corner.
Off the side while in the corner goes in the net. Besides that, Envy did not get a goal on the board. Yeah, it was a 1 goal game, but you can't score?
Time out. Okay, it's just like a car. The car doesn't work when you don't have the oil. When you get your car don't move, the oil ain't work. It heats up in the summer. Come on, I need a gas. Need gas in there too. So I say like they need a full tune-up, man. Atomic and on the Fennec, that's like a bad oil in the car. You're driving it, all of a sudden the engine goes out, burns up, especially in the southern Louisiana heat. You can't do that. You need the oil change.
Wait, in Louisiana?
They in Texas. I'm just talking about Louisiana, Texas. They in the South. So that just means that when it comes down to it, you need to have the full machines in play. You need to get the oil change. Tommy needs to be on that Fennec. Also, they missing the gasoline. Missed ain't got the hours in. Had like 15 per last 2. I need to see 40. I need to see 40 or 30 at least. So I mean, it happens. So I mean, y'all can have y'all's fun. They lost every single game to NRG, who were the 2-time major champions, but they lost at least 3 of them by 1 goal. They might have only scored 1 time the whole entire series, but that's neither here nor there. Because when the time is on Fennec, you got to add 2 goals on top of that. The miss has the hours up. You can add a couple air dribbles in. So I don't want to hit nothing. I don't know. There will be no Envy slander on this on this Twitch stream today.
You can have that, but there is some slander coming. There's some slander coming because they was on Twitter. I remember this, and I should have brought this up so we could have actually showed it. But Envy posted a video. Remember, they had Mist and Turbo. Mist had flown down to Texas with Turbo. They did this whole little spiel where they sitting there in this room and Turbo looking at the camera. I'm trying to be the best. I need to be the best. We are trying to be the #1 team. And Mist is sitting there like, yeah, we need to be the #1 team. I'm working on my defense here. And like he did have good defense. I won't lie. I mean, they did limit NRG to 1 goal, but you can't be the #1 team in North America and not be able to score a goal in a best of 7.
Speak to him.
7 in a major.
They scored 1 goal.
That was you gonna make me mad, bro. You're making me mad.
It's one of those goals where you attacking, right? And then bam, you look back, it's in your net. Austin Franklin. That was the goal that Turbo scored. It's not no pass to the center for Nick to shoot it top left, top corner, something like that. Something that we're used to seeing, where the offensive pressure from Envy is actually creating a goal. It wasn't a creation of a goal. It was a Austin Franklin pinching my net type of goal.
Listen. NRG beat them 3 times by 1 goal, and they on Envy the machines on negative hours, and they missing parts. That's all I gotta say. So like y'all can have y'all's fun for now.
Missing parts.
Y'all can have y'all's fun for now. But come championships, they'll be right. I'm not worried about them. It happens. You gotta give NRG the credit. I mean, they came out, got the dub, handled their business.
It's crazy to me how many times you could say Envy just missing parts, bro. Like, when is Envy gonna have the full parts and they gonna stay? Because every time Envy wins, they fully equipped. It's like how the parts fall off.
It's like one of those really expensive cars. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he ought to always bring the car to the shop every week because there's always something wrong with it, even though it costs $300,000. So that's just how it goes. Like, you got to bring them to the shop every week. I mean, it's not like we getting a $15,000 car that's just like simple. We getting the best thing possible. So you got to bring it to the shop. It needs a tune up, and they just need a tune up. I mean, that happened, man.
I'm not gonna lie. I saw Atomic load in on that on the Octane, and I was like, I thought about saying it too. I was really thinking about it. I was like, should I call it out? I was like, nah, that's my first NA major broadcast. Let me chill out. I was thinking about it. I almost did. But yeah, Envy, you know, they didn't look that good on playoff day, which is unfortunate for them. But I mean, NRG, look good. They look good. They took it, and I think that was really the biggest thing here. And the question is, are NRG officially the undisputed best team in North America? I think that's definitely something we're gonna get into. But I think also
We have a leaderboard we could pull up for the
we got
final
the
standings.
leaderboard because we're still recapping. Yeah, we have the leaderboard. Oh, I'm ahead of the schedule. Look at me. My bad. All right. And obviously, you see NRG first seed, Team MVE second, Space Station Gaming third. Nothing really swapped here between the top four, and actually nothing swapped at all. Shopify Rebellion was sitting at 6th, and they needed to do better, or 7th, and they needed to do better than FaZe Clan or G2 in order to make it into the top 6. And unfortunately for them, they could not. But I think
I just want to point out again. No, I'm not trying to take a shot at EU, but I mean, like, it's just like it's gonna come across as a shop. I'm just saying the facts. Once again, in the NA major yesterday, all the top 8 teams were in there on Sunday.
That is true.
That's what I want to say.
That's true.
It's called consistency. Something. It's just consistent greatness. It's just there's a reason we don't have a team with 5,300 points. We have a team with 4,600 points. Well, I mean, still really, I find that to be way more impressive. That's neither here nor there. I just want to point that out there.
Mm-hmm. Everyone in the major was in at least top 12 overall points.
We weren't playing a team who had 130 points after the first three splits, I believe. Not the first 3 splits, the first 3 regionals in fall. We weren't playing a team for that in the finals.
I wonder, is there even a team that can like do that? You know what I mean? Like, are there players in the scene that can do that? Oh, there's a poll. Did I miss it? I think I missed the poll.
What was the poll?
I gotta have Ian tell me what the poll was. They ran a poll here in the chat. I'll get to that in a second to see what you guys voted on real quick. But I will also keep chat open next time so I can make sure I'm on top of that, just so we don't miss anything. But yeah, looking at everything from the major. Oh, what was it? Oh gosh, hold on. If Envy and NRG play at the RLCS X
What kind of bias
Championships,
poll?
who wins?
Time out. Why be running polls like that in the chat? That is a nonsensical poll. You should know whoever ran the poll.
525 votes to 127.
That don't. That's just fan popularity. That's not a fair comparison. You got the Squishy fanboys with take off the energy. The Squishy fanboys with the Garrett fanboys with on top of that the Dozen fanboys. Envy doesn't have that type of fandom like that. So I don't want to end on that. Move us on to NRG so we can gas them for everybody. Come on, goodness, just move us along.
I mean, to TBates' points, he's not wrong. I think NRG has a lot more fans than Envy does, but they still got smacked. So, I mean, it's a good.
All I'm saying is, I expected Envy to lose this weekend because they didn't have the hours, and we have the history on that too. I believe with this little new thing we got for the show.
Sometimes here at First Touch, TBates says it himself. We like to hold people accountable.
That's
and
right.
This is TBates holding all of us accountable here in this clip.
NRG this weekend.
Come on, who you got winning this weekend?
I got the general. Of course, NRG going all the way.
There's no way he's going to go rogue.
No, I gotta get the hat. Where's the hat?
Garrett, we are First Touch. I represent First Touch. All 3 of us represent First Touch. And we got you going 3 for 3, winning this weekend. Let's go. That's the mentality. I got NRG, of course. The general. Garrett was just too convincing with his little.
We said it last week, and what happened?
We know who we talking about. That's a 3 for 3 NRG, baby. Ooh.
Come on now. You should know.
Saw that one coming.
You should know when you watch. When First Touch agrees, that just means it's bound to happen. It's like a prophet. We might all disagree, but when the stars align,
there's no way we could be wrong.
Exactly. Come on now. But again, NRG, two-time North American major champs. Again, congratulations to them. Now, I asked a question that I asked earlier. Are they officially the undisputed best team in North America, gentlemen? What do you think?
Go ahead, TBates. Or you want me to go first?
I'll let both of y'all go first. I gotta hear y'all's takes.
I got a lot of slack on NRG. I've always kind of disrespected them in a way, I guess, right? But always they've been the #1 ranked team for so long. And I'm always like, energy is really not all that special, but it's hard to deny their success at this point. I can't bash them any much more. The biggest reason why energy I felt like was struggling the most was just because Justin he really didn't want to play, and I'm glad that he spoke to it. But coming into the last kind of tourney that they had together as a roster before Justin takes his long break, this is what NRG could be doing. You know what I'm saying? Every week in, week out, this is something NRG can be doing. So, undisputedly the best roster. I have to wait until Justin comes back. You know what I'm
So
saying?
you're
Just
saying
to
no?
actually say that. I don't. I'm gonna say no for now, but like if this roster
No
were to
for
stay
now.
consistent right now, okay, listen, Justin is leaving for a summer.
I'm not
So,
talking about that. We're talking about going to championships. Are they the undisputed best team in A? There's none of that.
Yes.
Okay, there we
Okay,
go.
Yes.
Who's running these polls in Twitch chat?
I started immediately. That's why I started laughing. I'm like,
because whoever it is, you got jokes. TBates versus 1,000 NRG fans. That's not even a competition for me. That's light work. The NRG fans can't keep up with me.
the chat seems to disagree. What is this at 1,311 to 154? The NC fans, they tried to side with your baits, but they're outnumbered.
It's not even Envy fans. It's base fans. I know I got 154 dedicated fans up in there. They know I'm not losing.
54 dedicated.
They know I'm not losing. I respect every one of them. All the NRG fanboys, y'all can fanboy all I want. Yeah, then y'all are 2-time major champions. You better cherish that for the rest of your lives.
Oh.
Are NRG the best, the undisputed best team in NA?
Absolutely.
Oh,
Absolutely. You knew this before you even asked me the question. Absolutely. I've been with them since the start. It was the fall grid all the way to the spring grid. And I saw it. I saw him working. I saw him in the lab. We had the sys cam. It was me and James Bot. You know how fitting it is for an NRG versus Team Envy playoff match to have me and James Bot cast in the match? The schedule was made ahead of time. We didn't know we had the matchup. And then we had the matchup. Like that you're talking about the stars aligning. I knew at that moment NRG were going to win it. This level of dominance we have seen from them over the course of the season has been one that just honestly I've enjoyed. It's been a great story though also to follow because the team has had its ups and downs. They're not perfect, but it does give you something to get behind because you see Garito Burrito, you see him, he's like, man, I'm trying to be motivated. You know, I got that mentality. And then you see Justin, and he's just like, Justin's on Twitter, he's like, man, I'm so sad. And Squishy's like, man, I'm sad too. I'm trying to get better. And then what happens? They come into the major and they do it. They all work together. That's a team that NA can stand behind. The General, NRG. Of course, they're the best team in NA.
That was a whole bunch of the General, NRG. They're the best in NA. They're not the undisputed best team in NA. That's just no way I'm going that far. I can't go that far, not yet. I love Garrett G. I love the passion he had on this drill last week. But let me tell you right now, when the machine's cooking, they're the best team in NA. It's just how it goes. It's just how it goes. Let's break it down for a second. Let's break it down. Let's get the numbers crunching. Hold on, let me pull up my numbers. You just give me 2 seconds.
Come on, man. He's looking for numbers, man. Come on, man.
Hold on.
Him?
No. I got the numbers right here. Alrighty, let's break it down. Since you're saying NRG's been dominant this whole entire season, Damar, I got a question for you. Out of NRG and Envy, who's finished outside the top 8?
Why is he doing this?
Who's finished outside the top 8?
Why are you doing this, bro?
Who's finished outside the top 8?
What does this matter, TV?
Bro.
It matters because he said they've been dominant all season. I'm telling you, they haven't been dominant all season. Who's finished outside the top 8?
Who scored 1 goal in the
double?
best of 7?
They still finished top 8 though. I'm saying who finished outside the top 8?
That happened one time.
One time too many. Let's see here.
I'm about to lose my mind, bro.
NRG, they got 2 majors. They got 2 majors in the regional.
Yeah, where have you majors? Where have you majors?
Then last week on the show we said that majors and regionals really aren't that different.
Oh, so you discrediting the majors now?
No, I'm not discrediting the majors.
You saying they don't got no value?
They have value. Both regions have value too.
You saying they're the same thing though?
Bro,
How many
are they
regionals
really that
have you
different?
won?
Majors? No.
I want no parts.
Okay, fine. I'll keep you out of it then.
How many regionals have MV won?
3.
Okay. How many regionals NRG won?
1.
So by your logic, they're technically tied. If you're saying majors and regionals are the same.
Yeah, they are technically tied. That's why I said there's no undisputed best team in NA. It's NOG and Envy.
But when they just did a head-to-head yesterday, one team scored 1 goal.
The head-to-head is like even almost. They go back and forth.
They didn't go back and forth in that series. It was a sweep.
That's a one series.
That they didn't score in.
It was NRG's day yesterday. Even Garrett said it,
For
man.
the number 1 seed in North America.
Oh my gosh. They could be the North. That's because the majors are weighted so heavily because majors were supposed to be lands.
Even if it was a regional, it's still a tournament where whoever wins gets the number one seed.
If this was adjusted to where the majors had a little bit less points and the regionals had more points, because everything's online, then they would all be pretty even. They'd be really close in points right now still. As a matter of fact, Envy might be ahead of them. Okay, Envy's been a more consistent team all throughout the whole entire season.
No. NRG's won more grids. They've done better in regionals. Well, they haven't done as better as regionals in terms of Envy, but then they show up when it matters in majors. You telling me if we had championships tomorrow? No, Envy not going to do well.
Yeah, they're not going to do well tomorrow. They need to get the points tuned up. They'll be tuned up by championship.
I hate them.
NRG, see, look, NRG, they got the tune up last week. Garrett came on first touch. Justin must have been watching or something like that. Garrett was giving the pouring out his heart and soul, and then Justin was like, man, I got to turn my light this weekend. And sure enough, he turned the light, and what happened? They ended up with a W. They took out Envy when they knew Envy wasn't playing the game. I respect the hustle. But see, come championship, we'll see who the real best team in NA is. For me, I'm going to say no. There's no undisputed best team. It's NRG and Envy top 2.
The only rebuttal I'm going to say to all of that blasphemous statement you just spewed out of your mouth, TBates, is if it's something important for you to get a 1 seed, you're going to grind for it. And Envy
Does the 1 seed really matter, though?
I mean, bro, to shut up everybody that's saying the NRG is the best team in North America, I feel like it would have mattered.
You can't fly out to Dallas, record an interview with your org, and say that
that's
you
a whole
want
bunch
to be.
Of propaganda. That's propaganda.
So that's even worse. Then you lying.
That's not lying.
If you trying to say, oh yeah, we trying to be the best team in North America, trying to be the number 1 team in North America, do all this stuff. If you posted this 2-minute video,
they can say all that, yeah. You go and check the hours and the amount of work the amount of work they put in. When you check to see if Atomic loads it on a Fennec. If you don't see that, you don't see the hours, and you don't see Atomic on Fennec, all that but they can cap all they want on social media. They can make 9 million commercials. They can literally have 10,000 photo shoots, but the actions ain't talking to me. I don't want to hear it.
DeMar, you know what I'm hearing?
What?
A whole bunch of ifs and ifs. Come on, TV. Yap. Oh my goodness. I don't know.
Choking.
If Atomic's on a Fennec, if the hours are up, if Turbo Pulsar is as confident as can be, yapping. Oh my God. All I know is they only scored 1 goal this past weekend. And that's what we're going to see if Atomic's not on a Fennec. If Mist has low hours. If. All these ifs. I don't want to hear no more ifs, TV.
It's no more ifs. It was a wake-up call. They got humbled. They got humbled this weekend. They thought they could come in low hours and just mess around and win. That's why I picked NRG last week. I knew it wasn't going to happen. I'll give you a fact. I picked NRG. I knew NRG was going to win. Envy was going to have a down week. I knew it was coming in. I wasn't worried, though. They're not the undisputed best team in there. Not going that far.
I respect your opinion as much as it annoys me. That being said, it's been a wild regular season, and I think we're gonna just kind of shift off this and go to our next topic, where the RLCS X regular season has concluded. And I think this is really important because this was definitely something that was different. Like, we have never seen a season like this before. And it's not just talking about things where everything's at home, more of the fact that these format changes every split, the introduction of the grid, all of these things, back-to-back Rocket League action over the past few months since we had just started. I think it was all the way around August or September, and we were just straight Rocket League through. There were some times where we had some breaks in the winter or so, but no one had ever been used to anything like this. And we saw so much come from it where, we saw, people on Twitter arguing about formats. What is this? I don't know if I like Swiss. I like double elim. I don't like double elim. To things being created in terms of content. And then we saw new avenues of content. I mean, one of the things that came out of it is this show in particular. So it's been super wild to see, but obviously I want to get your guys' thoughts on the regular season as it's finally officially done and we look to champs soon.
I mean, for me, I think a lot of players, like we wanted a lot more gameplay at first, and then a lot of players complained about having this much gameplay. I like it. I personally like this much Rocket League. It gives you something. It gives the fans and viewers to something to watch over a long period of time. And then when it comes to the end of it, we already know like roster mania is about to be insane. Like there's something to look forward to in the off season, and I hope there's not too much downtime. Even though like I don't know what to expect. I'm not expecting too much. I'm just expecting when Rocket League comes back, it's gonna be crazier than ever. So I just know that roster mania is always something crazy to talk about, and just keep your eyes on the scene because it's about to get crazier next season.
I mean, I when they initially announced it, I was pretty ecstatic for it because I've always catered for, wanted, desired a one-time world championship. I mean, it doesn't happen this season because of COVID and all that, but I just feel like that would make the world championship that more special and iconic in a way. That we're like, if after a year-long Rocket League season, where this time they push you with the multiple splits, you win a world championship, you're like the best team in the world, and it's undisputed. Nobody can argue that. And I always felt like with the 2 world championships, it like watered down them in a way because it's just you're good for this 5 months and then they made a switch and now they're the best for 5 months. It's not like a year long thing. And so I felt like that was 100% like it definitely helped the whole entire scene. And then in terms of like games, the amount of games being played, as Ro pointed out, players wanted to play a lot of games, way more than previously. Because I remember that people would tweet out saying that you would play 5,000 hours, something like that, to play how many hours of Rocket League in a season?
Yeah,
So,
it's 7 games.
yeah, like 7 games, however much that is. So now they're playing thousands of matches, grid, regionals, everything else in between. Like, it's just endless, constant, and yeah, it's just the consistent. And then you see teams improve throughout it, and you see what could happen. Like, for example, if say I don't know Raul's plans, I don't know Sonic's plans, but say Raul were to stay on the Sonics. You saw Sonics with Raul since Winter Major
Yeah,
or
yeah.
after since Winter Major, and they've only improved. And now y'all sat at almost 1930. So say if y'all stayed together, if y'all played G2 tight yesterday and all that type of stuff, that's a whole offseason off. Y'all could be a top 6 team. In EU especially, you see teams like Solar, they start off slow at the beginning. And if they start off slow in the beginning of the old RLCS, they'd be done for. You start off 03, 04, your raps, you might as well stop. But they turned it around, winter split, spring split, and all of a sudden they're a top 6 team. They're going to be competing for a championship. And if there's a land, they'd be in land. So it's just seeing stuff like that really develop. And it's not just like, I feel like the old way it used to cater to, if you start off hot, it carries you through it, but now you got to consistently be great. And I just love watching that. So this season was amazing to me. And I just can't wait for the lands and all that in between to join in with it. Come, my goodness. Whoa.
Yeah.
That'll be super hype.
We saw a lot here, and I might end up repeating some stuff, and if I do, I apologize. But one of the things that was really interesting from the very start of the season, obviously the introduction of the grid and seeing orgs finally be able, like, they broadcast their own streams perspective. That does so much more for the scene than a lot of people may have realized. Of course, it was definitely very jarring to people at first because they're like, oh, I have to pay attention to all these different things. There's a stream here and a stream there, and then we had the grid overtime that came from that, so where it's like a red zone thing. Okay, cool, well, you guys can watch all the streams. That's super cool. We can just jump back and forth. But that also just created opportunities for a lot of people in the community. You talk about a lot of community broadcast talent who's looking to get more reps in, who want to cast pro matches because sometimes you're not going to get your name out there if you're casting a $150 2v2. You need a little bit more. So when you see like XSET, and you like, or even for example, me with NRG, where now it's almost like these guys are for that period of time kind of signed to an org in a way where, NRG, love them. Definitely obviously got to give them a shout out because I do love them. They really did give me a lot of support while I was doing the grid with them. Obviously they sent me a lot of merch and stuff like that, but they also shared a lot of knowledge that they didn't necessarily need to with me. So I think me and James are very thankful for that, but also thankful for them trusting us to build that show, as well as, all those opportunities happen for other people. People get to be Corelli, for example, on FaZe. You talk about V1, Lawler, and Supersonic, and all these different orgs with their own style and approach to a broadcast. It kind of shifted the viewing experience as well. And a lot of people know, when you watch it, you're just watching, but you don't ever really think about the impact that it's having on a lot of other people's lives, and the fact that these people are generating income and for themselves as broadcast talent, but also the players are also, helping their org out in a way, and the brands are being built in their own way. They can show content and promote YouTube channels, for example. Again, just because I was there, NRG Rocket League YouTube launched with the grid, and now it has over 250,000 subscribers on YouTube. There's a YouTube channel that all we did was, hey, we got a YouTube video, we're gonna show it on the grid every day. You guys get to see it first, and then boom, it just soared. You can't tell me after the last season that we were gonna get that. And then, of course, all the storylines from all the teams that you followed as well. Of course, you had Rizzo's retirement in G2, how that was a huge thing, and how, the entire scene reacted to that, as well as just the whole Envy thing, these storylines that have been created, talking about the machine. Just the fact that the matter is, although this was very different for a lot of people, there's still so much to be able to take away from it. And I think that's one of the reasons why, I really enjoyed this season. I believe that, Direct, actually, I love Direct, especially for this. He sent me, normally he has stats on players, but he also gave me a stat on broadcast talent. He says between North America and Europe, there were over 150 different broadcast talent that participated in RLCS this season. That is insane.
It's like that's like the NBA. That's like the league.
Crazy.
That's like the league, bro.
Yeah, you talk about RLCS last season, and you had the RLCS guys on the mainstream, the rival series, or the B stream or whatever, and now you have all of this, all these different people. Me and James were like the home field casters for NRG, and there was obviously people like that for all their other different orgs. And so you kind of knew what you were expecting when you tuned in. Even in like Athena, when she was on G2, how like all the G2 fans who loved her were there for her. You always had a different style for all the matches. You're not gonna, first of all, I don't know, no other esports done that. You're not gonna get that anywhere else. Second of all, it was just of the fact that, RLCS had to kind of adapt, and they did. Like they did. It's like so crazy to think about it looking back, but they ended up pulling that off, and you got to give credit to it. You definitely got to give credit to it. That was my little soliloquy, TBates. I got to do that for stream.
Yeah.
Once
you love talking about casters, so I mean that's where your domain is. Yeah. So I mean you definitely get that perspective. I mean, and it helps with the players as well. For example, say Tristan or a Dreaz, T-Crow, right?
I mean, even you got a spotlight in there though.
I didn't really get a spotlight. I just went in and handled my business. That's just I didn't gain nothing from that. But I'm talking about like the subs who had to come in and like perma sub, like
right.
I feel like did they ever happen in the old way? I just don't feel like that happened. Because teams would never sub in like that. You only had like 7-8 games to play.
7 games, yeah.
And if you did sub in, go ahead.
Yeah, something that you brought up, TBates, that like it actually like sparked a light in my head is like players. Things were so quickly done back then. Like the seasons were so quick, the games were so like people were trying to build power rosters, and that was the thing. So like all this like gameplay that we have now, there is a lot of time. When TBates brought up that teams are improving over time, a lot of teams just didn't want to sacrifice improving over time because there's like the season
no incentive
was
for
so
it.
short and it was so important, right?
You just have to get a team that was dominant, like NRG when they had Turbo
exactly.
for that set. They picked up Turbo and they did what they had to do, and after that they were really good, but they weren't like as good. So it's just improvement. You see more team plays, more chemistry. I believe it helps the players mature and everybody else mature, because it's just like we live in a society nowadays, especially where everything's instantaneous. We have a phone in front of us that can give us whatever we want, instant gratification, and that's just like, whether people deny it or not, it's definitely ingrained into our brains. So especially when you're playing Rocket League and you're young, you're gonna if something is wrong, instantly you want to swap it out. But now you have to lower, you have to grow, you have to grow. It's growing pains, and not everything's just gonna be perfect instantly. Sometimes it takes time, man. I think that helps as well. I don't know. There's just an overall benefit, the whole entire thing for every single aspect, from top down. And yeah.
Great.
So-
That measure of growth could not, like, I don't know. It really took something like this for the league overall to grow, even coming down to rules and all this other stuff. But I mean, yeah, that was just why this season was just so important in terms, at least when I look back at it. I think a lot of people are going to remember this, and I bet like next season going to be even better than ever. That being said,
I'm waiting for Lance.
yeah, I am waiting for it too. We
Give me
got
that
something.
Lane.
Oh my God, imagine us. Oh my goodness, they're not ready
Pull
for
with a
that.
suit and tie.
They're not ready for
Bates,
that.
with the teeth out.
Look, okay, look, I've been definitely pulling up with the with the vibes on some of those major
mainstreams,
broadcasts.
yeah.
Okay, It's
Yeah, Rock
gotta-
wannabe.
They don't want to see me in the suit. Oh no. Wait, what happened? Wait, I missed it.
we got to move on. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. We
Oh
gotta
yeah, I
move on.
missed it.
We gotta move on. We gotta move on.
Nah,
No,
bro.
we're not talking about it. We gotta go.
Wait, when I see you dead face like that, nah, teammates, what'd you say?
NA championships. We gotta go. We gotta go. NA championships. We're just not talking about that outfit, bro. Look, I thought it was nice until I saw that picture. Anyways, we got to talk about FaZe at G2. Obviously, they clinched NA championships, and they do a pretty good job in terms of getting out of groups. And obviously, that FaZe series was something that was super, I'd say, tight in terms of watching that particular matchup. But then then things started to kind of change after this one.
You
when-
got the
when they
FaZe clip
played.
right here.
This is
This is
oh,
them
this is
clinching.
Cam. Yeah.
This is them clinching.
That made me look nervous right there. He don't know what to do with the ball.
Look at
Alu,
Dazerin.
look at
Alu,
took it
look at
over like that.
Gyro. Look at AJ. AJ is sending up to the heavens. Look at the light. He's been taken away. He's been whisked away.
Look, he was smiling, but they couldn't show that, so they had to bring the light in.
the light had to cover his face. You gotta look at little passion, man. And
Yes,
see,
man.
and that's just one of those things because making land, making land in the old world championship. I've obviously never been at that level, but I know that would have to be hype. I just feel like, and this is just a championship. I feel like if you made land for a whole year long thing, and you make worlds, man, like the amount of passion, the amount of work you put in for that would just be insane. You can see it on their faces. There's so much into that.
Sigh of relief.
And I mean, you got Rebellion on the other side, man. You got Tip the Cap too. They had a great season as well, man. And they're right there. One game away, one goal away from going to OT, and then after that, anything can happen. So, I mean, you got to give them both to them. It just shows both sides of the coin in terms of how much they both wanted it. And it was a great series. And
Yeah. I was proud of FaZe. And then they went on to the next round against G2, a loss. And then things happened after that.
Oh, you're talking about G2?
No, I'm talking about between FaZe and G2 and they play head to head.
Oh yeah, they lost to G2. Go 2.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
of course,
There's nothing wrong with that. Go 2 made it all the way to the ship, and arguably could have won it, but they were kind of tossing. That's neither here nor there, though. Look at go to work, bro. All I'm saying is you gassed up Rogue all this, and last time I checked,
When's the last time I gassed up Rogue?
nope, you gassed them up way too long. And last time I checked, go 2's got 29, 60 points. Rogue's got 35, 32. Looks like they're both 4 and 5.
What?
Looks like they're both 4 or 5 in the ranking. So all that gas on Rogue and go 2's they're right there. They're coming back.
Who's in front though?
Rogue is for now
Yeah.
until they have to play go 2 in the championship.
I haven't gas Rogue in a minute though. Like you.
Yeah, you fall off. See, you're a fake fan. See me, I have true
Am I
fans.
a fake
I have true
fan?
fandom. I have true fandom. You guys first killed for all
Bro.
that time, and then all of a sudden you started
I'm
backing
still
off.
a fan of first.
Okay.
Hey, I'll
But
switch up on first.
All I'm saying is, I'm proud of the FaZe boys and G2 boy.
Oh. Oh.
oh, what? Oh, it must be an accident. Something's a malfunction. I didn't expect that to happen. Let me
Wait,
swap
Demar,
that back. Yeah.
next to Cam. What's going on?
Oh no, there we go. Okay. Ooh, that was momentary slip up.
You might as well keep it up the whole time. Keep it up the whole time. That's just golden. That'd be too much. But
Man, them gyro tweets after they lose, man. I live for that. I live for that.
them things are iconic. But yeah, and I mean, now we got a full championship, and I do concur with you, Demar, in terms of the NA championship being the best. There's no bias there, guys. It just had the stakes out of the 2 major regions. EU had no stakes. So, yeah, and it's gonna be a great championship. And I was really proud of how the way G2 played. They look nice.
Yeah,
They look
G2 look real nice.
they look really good. And if they had made a couple shots, a couple of plays
Yeah,
happen, I think
nah.
we're talking about a go-to major champions. If go-to had won the majors, my goodness, I wouldn't have had so much on both of you. Like I wouldn't have listened to Rogue Fanboy no more. NRG, I guess would have been able to say something, but Rogue Fanboy, you might as well be quiet. Go-to would have been champions. You just wait till I got my big jersey to rock for him on championship week.
Oh gosh. Yeah. Well, I think we're all waiting on that. Speaking of go-to though, it begs us the next question, which has been something interesting that we still been kind of debating here on the show, is dreaz. What do we think? Has dreaz secured a spot on G2? I've seen a couple tweets and people were like, dreaz shouldn't be kicked after this season. If they get rid of him, then that's a problem. And where do we stand? Where do we stand?
Go-to fanboy is about to say no. I already see it in his face. dreaz does not deserve the spot. He's going to say it. He's going to say it. Look at him.
No, I'm not.
All right,
Let me tell you something.
Go ahead.
I've been on the record. See, I hold myself accountable. Everybody watching NRG fanboys in chat, I always hold myself accountable. And I've been on record saying that I'm not sure about dreaz. But I'll tell you, watching him this past weekend, it looked like he's coming into his own. He's a 2-in-1s player. He maximizes his space in both of those game modes to the highest level. That's why he got the spot in the first place, if I'm guessing. And based on what we saw this weekend, every single time he had the space, he'd go for his reset. There was one time in game 6 where he had a double reset pass off the J-Naps, and I don't know if my man Nap made contact, but I think it's gonna get blocked out of the way. So it just depends. He was really performing when it mattered most. And I say that, then he missed open it.
He did miss an open net.
but he looked better. He looked way better this weekend, and he looked way more involved in what they were doing than any other previous weekend. But if he's secured a spot, I don't know.
Have that spot?
I think as of now, the way he's performing, if they keep him, he's earned the right to stay. That's up to them whether because there definitely are better players with more experience. But based off of last week's performance, and I have to see it again in the championship. But this past weekend's performance, he looked really good. He looked way more than just a fill-in, especially as the series kept going. He looked way more involved in what they were doing, and you gotta give him props as a growing player. And so, there's always Daniel.
Always Daniel. We got insight on Chicago in an interview after our series we played against them, and Chicago gave us insight on saying that he specifically told dreaz to play his own game. That he could tell dreaz was nervous. dreaz was trying to fit himself into a Chicago J-Naps kind of rotation, which is what we expect out of him. But Chicago was just like, yo, play your own game, play comfortable, play how you want to play. We'll fill in with you. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, that's when we saw dreaz kind of felt comfortable. Yeah, you could see a clear night and day difference. And I think that's what kind of propelled them into that roster that we saw in the finals. Kind of sad that dreaz, like they were slipping up in that 10-minute OT. Both rosters missed a couple open nets that we were like, how is this happening, right? In the finals of a major, how is it happening at all? But it does happen when the pressure of the moment is that high. You know what I'm saying? That like this is a major or a major final. Like it's gonna happen. And I don't think he secured his spot, even though I think he does have a right to actually stay on the roster because he has performed and he looks consistent enough. He's only gonna get better with time and more experience on the big stage. He's only gonna get better. I think he definitely will find. I think his stock has risen, as you two have previously said that his stock
Rose
has not
this past
risen.
weekend. I don't think it changed the whole entire time. He wasn't doing anything, but now this past week he actually did something, and he was effective more so than just sitting back on defense. He looked like he was a threat in the midfield. Yeah, if he plays like that again, it looked like he was a threat. And you gotta give him respect. So. Stock's risen. I'm not saying he secured a spot, but if they keep him, I mean, nobody can be mad at that. Nobody. Okay, he looked decently solid this past weekend, and that's just all you can wish for him.
Right. They made a grand finals of a major. I think they're happy with that. I feel like the question. I feel like this is slowly as G2 gets better results. This question is slowly becoming. It went from a hard, okay, yeah, he's getting dropped, to a maybe, and now
it really just comes down to how good the G2 want to be, because they still a top 16 Rizzo or dreaz.
Yeah,
they want to be a top 2 team. Does dreaz make you top 2?
Right.
That's the question. That's really what comes down to it. You want to be top 2, top 3, for sure, because there are some people you can get.
You can get some, yeah.
And it's not a for sure definite, because you still have to have chemistry and all that, but it's a really good chance that you'll end up being top 2, top 3.
And with dreaz,
there's a chance of that happening, but it isn't as high.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just those top 6, and they proved to make any major final. So
yeah, they do. So they go in along with FaZe, who some of us called and some of us didn't. In terms of
hey, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I overheard some things, and Gyro didn't even have him winning. So I mean, hey, I'm calling Gyro out, but he didn't even have him winning against Shopify. He wasn't even secured in his own right. So hey, is what it is. I was wrong, and so was the player on the team. So
okay, let me say something. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
It's okay. It's all right to be wrong sometimes. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. See, I'm not used to that.
Oh, but you are. Oh, okay, you are. But you are.
They being petty. We gotta move on. They being petty. My petty detectors went off. I gotta move us forward. Stumpy is our next topic, but obviously, I'm sorry, Stumpy, bro.
Speaking about being wrong, hold on. Here we go.
Daz and Dizz react to top 10 all-time lists. Yes, so that's the topic. Obviously, we're gonna put the list up so we can all look at that. I think this was at Johnny Boy's stream. It was. And okay, so I never really digested this, and I'm about to right now.
Yeah, put the glasses on.
Yeah. You guys can't see. I got the glasses on right now. So Stumpy first forgot to write down 10 teams. That's quality. That's quality. L4. Is that Vitality with Scrub?
That's Vitality with Scrub.
Okay. All right. Okay. What in the world?
Yeah. Cloud9 7th? We're starting with Scumpy. Cloud9 7th?
What's up with my mans, man?
I think okay. He's got Dignitas. He's got Dignitas as his top team. That is who should be at your top team. Vitality in top 3. Sure. Vitality can be top 3. BDS hasn't even won a LAN, and he has them top 3. Blasphemous. Cloud9 7th. Blasphemous.
Isn't that 4?
They are tied for the most LAN wins out of any roster, right? Am I right?
Who?
Cloud9.
Yeah.
At 7.
Why is BDS at 4?
BDS is 3. BDS is 3 technically.
Technically 3. Oh,
top 3 team of all time.
How much Rocket League has he watched? I'm just curious. Do we know when he started watching Rocket League? Maybe he missed some stuff.
The one thing I will give Stumpy props for, and I've tweeted it out, is his Peeps pick, because Peeps have evolved the meta to what it is today, and I think that is underlooked right now. Gyro, Mist, and Reddles have won a LAN, and right after the LAN, people will have adapted to their play style after they won that LAN, and it was a very bump heavy demo chasey meta that we're still dealing with today. So that's the only credit I'll give to Stumpy on his list. Everything else, and Dignitas, Vitality being top 3, BDS is blasphemous, Cloud9 at 7 is blasphemous.
Are y'all just gonna harp on Stumpy the whole entire time?
Oh, we can move on.
He literally has a topic header. He deserves to get harped on. What's up with him? Northern Gaming, they won One LAN, and then the team didn't exist anymore. Okay, let's go to CJ.
Okay, CJ. My only thing about CJ is he has 2 iterations of flipside tactics at 6th and 7th. Like, what is that? Like, you have a what was it, preseason? What, preseason 1 flipside tactics roster on it? Bro, no one could aerial.
I mean, Johnny's got that same flipside tactics at 3.
I don't get it.
Oh,
I
gosh,
do not
Johnny.
understand. How's that top 3?
What's up with Johnny, bro?
They can't aerial. How is it top 3? We go to TBates. TBates talk about never being wrong. He has Cloud9 at 1 over Dignitas.
What's wrong with Cloud9?
They won 2 world championships, and you have Cloud9 over Dignitas. Dignitas is undisputed.
Cloud9 has the same amount of LAN wins.
Okay.
And they're also way more influential and impactful in the game. There's no comparison between Cloud9 and Dignitas in terms of.
I don't like anti-power Cosmic.
How? When you were no, you were just in the scene. If you were a regular person watching Rocket League back then, Cloud9 was the first team you knew about. There's no.
You want to know why?
Because
Squishy Muffin had 1 million followers or subscribers on YouTube.
He didn't have that at the time.
Okay, but he had a lot.
Rizzo had more, G2 had more, but Cloud9 was a team that came up.
G2 had more.
Yeah, they did. G2 was bigger. G2 was a bigger organization back then, but Cloud9 was first team.
Okay, but Cloud9 was winning and G2 wasn't.
They revolutionized. Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, so you can't even bring up that argument.
No, yes, I can.
No, you can't, because Cloud9 actually won.
No,
so they would be more revolutionary than G2.
I'm not talking about revolution. I'm talking about like known revolutionary, impactful. Cloud9 has 2 main meta changes that people Peeps have the other one. That's you have to also take that into account. That's why if I redo this, I'll put Peeps somewhere in my top 10, probably 10 or 9, because the way impacting the way people approach the game is very huge. Cloud9, people bring up Dignitas' passing. And Dignitas had great passing, but nobody's trying to copy that Dignitas passing. It just looked clean. When the moment Cloud9 started passing at DreamHack Atlanta, Muffin Man, and everybody wanted to start passing because that was fast. It was you couldn't predict it. It was cross map passes, left, right, up, down, in between, off the backboard. They were doing all the time. Everybody wanted to do that. That's the first meta change they brought in and instilled in Rocket League. Am I wrong with that? I'm right. I know I'm right. Second meta change. Season 6 World Championship. I know because y'all mind blowing. Y'all are thinking, but y'all got to keep up. I'm going fast. No. Season 6 World Championship. Second meta change. They integrated the exact way everybody plays the game nowadays. How did they play Season 6 World Championship? They popped the ball up into the sky and they controlled it. That is how every single person in Rocket League plays nowadays. There's no debate. That is how everybody plays.
That's a
if you want to win. Did you want to win?
Demo meta, bro. It's demo meta.
But Peeps added the demo meta on top of that. So now it's a demo meta plus control. What's up with little boomer ball? They invented the pop-up high, reset, or air dribble. That is the #1 move in Rocket League nowadays. Or you go for the double touch. All in that. Being in that location is the most dangerous spot to be in the game right now. Am I wrong? If you have 100 boosts and you pop the ball up into the sky, the defender has to watch for the reset. He has to watch for your ability to double touch. He has to watch for your air dribble. He has to watch for your air dribble bump, which the Peeps added. They added the air dribble bump. So an air dribble bump, the demo. So they had every single. They added all that. That's a complete meta change. They decided how you play the game.
I disagree with it being the most dangerous spot in the field. It's pretty like you have two. Okay, you have Justin. You have a whole NRG, right? Or you have a whole Cloud9, whatever your thing is here, right? You have Squishy going up in the air. You send somebody up in the air to block the flip reset. You have someone up on the backboard to cover the high. It's not dangerous.
It's dangerous.
Not dangerous.
What? It's not dangerous. It's not as dangerous anymore because people know how to cover it. But that's what people literally play defense against it all the time. They have adapted to playing defense. That's why what you're saying, nobody did that though. Especially when you come for the resets, they used to wait, bro. Now you instant challenge. They set the tone for that. They are the founding fathers of all that, man. The passing plays, you know how much they dominated the info passes? Why is everybody covering the info pass nowadays? Because of Cloud9. It wasn't because of Dignitas info pass, but they just did it. Cloud9 was iconic, bro. That's why you always have somebody covering the midfield. They have literally changed how people play the game. I don't think people understand that. And Peeps did the same thing, but Cloud9 also had 5 LAN championships and a world championship within the 5. I think people just fall into the Dignitas trap because they have 2 world championships, bro. If that's all you care about is the world championship, then
Why
sure.
Why is that not something you should
It's
care about?
important. It's important, but they both have the same amount of championships, and they both one got a world. If the one had the 4 world championships,
World is way
if Dignitas had
more important.
4 world championships, or maybe even 3, then I'd understand. Then I understand like how it'd be like blasphemous to even add Cloud9. They only got 2, bro. They got 1 more. The same amount of LAN wins. One is way more impactful and revolutionary to the game than the other team is, and that's just no debate. So like, there's no way that 1 world championship means that much more.
But they dominated for 2 whole worlds.
That's a year. BDS has dominated for a year.
While, because I just thought about this. Also, while Cloud9 was implementing this meta, they were still losing to them. Remember, Cloud9, remember that LAN? It was the DC LAN where Squishy got the fake flip reset, or you know what I mean? Like this flip reset and the fake on a lot. They didn't win that LAN.
Yeah, they lost.
Hey, who won that LAN?
Cloud9 didn't play them that weekend.
Why didn't they play them?
They lost.
They lost the method.
It was the same team that they fake flip reset on. Beat them.
Yeah, but that wasn't a reset. That was a ceiling shot.
Was it a ceiling shot? Oh, my
It
bad.
was.
Regardless, the whole point stands. They were Cloud9 at the time. This is not Muffin Men. This is like them. Yeah, they did bring in something new, but it wasn't
everything new.
But it wasn't dominant. Gale Force Dignitas was dominant.
Wasn't dominant.
They made grand finals consistently.
Wasn't dominant. Wasn't dominant. Wasn't dominant.
It wasn't.
Oh,
dominant.
you're lucky I don't have the numbers. I'm pretty sure Gimmick averaged 1 point something goals. I think it was like 1.5 that season, bro.
And he lost to Method, who weren't even a team next season.
they flew in. They flew in.
And then what happened? A-League was the next tournament. Did they win that?
Yeah, so I'm gonna give everybody here a history check.
Who won the A-League tournament?
No, you're done. You're done. You're done. You're done.
Was it G2? I think it was G2.
You're done. You're done. You're done. You're finished. It's my turn. My turn to go because it's just blasphemy.
No, you're wrong. You're wrong. You have to understand that. You can talk up a meta change, but you cannot make it seem like Muffin Men to Cloud9 was that impactful because they weren't. There were times where they sucked. Okay? There were times.
Sucks. When did they suck? We at the end?
Yeah, definitely at the end. We knew that. But then you had people coming in talking about how many North American regional championships did they win? During league play, over the stretch of time, while Gale Force Dignitas was still running through everybody, and they only got one.
Gale Force won 2 or 3. It doesn't matter though. It's all about making worlds. For that, that's why you give Gale Force. That's why Gale Force even had a conversation because they won the 2 worlds. I didn't know we were bringing up regional.
I mean, it's a whole season. You talk about dominant, it's a whole season.
They got the same amount of LAN wins.
You talk about dominant, it's a whole season. I'm gonna say it again because you didn't hear me the first time.
I'm talking about the best team of all time.
Right. They can't be on
nobody even got to see what Gale Force looked like because the moment they got slapped by C9, they said we done. So the moment Gale Force realized that we not as good as this other team, we gotta bounce. As you know what I call that? I call that weak.
You can't change his opinion, bro. Like he could be wrong, but he thinks he's right. It is what it is.
I'm just giving you the fact, bro. Y'all still have no solid argument. All you're bringing up is the extra world championship.
How is that not a solid argument in itself?
And if that's fine, then go ahead.
How is that not a solid argument in itself? You know how hard it is to win 2 worlds? Back then? Bro, anytime. How are you gonna discredit them?
I just wish Energy had beat him, so I could never hear about this conversation again. I just wish the bump didn't happen. So energy was gonna win the game. Oh my gosh, because now we would never have this conversation. I think people just lose out on context. They layer one off of. It's fine. They've got their world championship though. That's all that matters though. Even on the next world championship, they got 4-1, 4-1 2 times in a row by a way better team who also has the same amount of who has 1 less world champion, same amount of LAN wins, and has been way more impactful. Just go. They could be the best. They could be best. Just because they have that one world championship where a bump happened. Yeah, totally. Yeah, and Turbo scored a wide open net. Yeah, totally deserved. Yeah.
He's talking about Cloud9 changing the meta when Cloud9 had to change the meta because Dignitas were winning everything. Do you not get that? Do you not get why they had to do that? Because one team was better.
Dignitas wasn't the meta though. They just won.
And they caused people to have to change to beat them.
And caused people to have to change to beat them. Sure.
Right.
You can say that, sure. And then I'm saying my team really caused people to change to beat them. I think that's just a way more impactful way of approaching it. But that's just me. That's just me. I mean, you can go with you can go with Dignitas all you want. It's fine. It's fine. There's not the.
We just spend this whole time arguing about one team or two teams out of everybody's list. I don't even want to look at the list anymore. I don't want to look at the list anymore, man.
Okay, wait.
That took a lot of energy out of me. I'm not gonna lie. It's hard arguing against TBates. Are we done with the list, Dizz, or
why do you think I just stopped talking with TBates?
Okay.
No, but wait, who's last? Who's last? Hold on, go back to the list.
Yeah,
Koji,
let's
please.
look at the list one more time. I think it was Johnny Boy. And Johnny Boy had that flip side at 3. I'm like, okay.
Okay, another thing on TBates. Hold on, before we even go to Johnny Boy. MV at 7. All right, we move on. All right, we go to Johnny Boy now. I don't even you even know you're wrong. You even know you're wrong. That's why you're not gonna argue MV at 7. You know you are wrong.
That's just no reason to talk anymore.
Exactly. All right. You're quiet. You lost. All right. We go Johnny Boy. Dignitas at 1, Cloud9 at 2. All right, that's respectable. That preseason flip side tactics is that one? At 3? What is that? Why? Right? Why? Over Vitality. Okay, then you have BDS. See, BDS being top 5 for me is like, okay, right? All right, you have to put respect on BDS for what they're doing in the region. The only thing that's like something that's terrible about them is that they haven't won a LAN yet. That's the only like backlash I would have on BDS right now. And to be over NRG, who has won a world championship, is crazy to me.
Okay, we gotta jump back on this one more time. We got a tweet from Gyro. Gyro tweeted while first touches on. Since we already featured one of his tweets, we gotta feature another one. Koji, can you bring up the tweet? Do you know what I'm talking about? Wait, does Koji even know what I'm talking about? I got ping saying
Sure does.
Okay.
I think. Yep.
Okay, there it is. There's the tweet from Gyro. Yes, C9 bought more passing into meta, but why isn't anyone bringing up the air roll left/air roll right that Gimmick taught us? Freestyling became a competitive strategy. Hashtag first touch at RL.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. The bird control it controls the game. I don't know how I don't even know how that's being like. That doesn't touch them out. They control how you play defense, and it could. And they also control how you play offense, bro. I just don't get it. I don't get. It's just so.
I don't know why you sound so like surprised. Like I don't know what's so hard for you to not understand. Like, can you explain that? Like I get
if all it takes to be the best is to win 2 world championships, now I need somebody to win 2 world championships
in a row. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, in a row. With 3 in a row, and then come back.
3 in a row. If somebody were to win 3 in a row with the new format, they'd be undisputed.
Exactly.
If they were to win 2 in a row in new format, it'd be undisputed. So, the disrespect to Cloud9 is unbelievable to me.
No one's disrespecting Cloud9.
You're disrespecting Dignitas.
Yeah.
I'm not disrespecting them.
You are disrespecting them.
They're both on a completely different tier. I'm not even want to talk about it no more.
They both played around the same time.
If we pull up the list, that's like the same like mood I'm in at the moment, because it's just like I feel like I'm the only person that like approaches the game and just besides winning 2 world championships, just wants a game than I swim. See that same reaction? That's what I feel right now, chat.
Yeah, well,
same way. It's just hard for people to understand logic. Logic doesn't make sense. All they care about is 2 world championships.
It's funny how you say logic when you're the only one with that opinion.
Gyro disagreed with me.
He just talked about a player. He just talked about player. He didn't say he agreed with you.
Gimmick was on C9.
Okay. Did he use the word C9 is his best team of all time? He just said Gimmick bring in the air roll left, air roll right. I like Gimmick. Gimmick's a good player. I agree with that statement.
Good.
But I also think Dignitas is the best team of all time.
That's the greatest offensive threat of all time. That's neither here nor there. Let's keep it.
Look, I'll let you have it. I think you're right. In terms of offensive start, I think you're right. But I think that Gale Force Dignitas had everything.
Uh-huh.
You think they had everything at the time?
Everything until they got slapped. And you
Oh,
know
what is
happened
this?
after
Oh, I got a DM from Gyro right now saying I would put Dig over C9. He just wanted to add that. You want me to screenshot my Steam messages? You can put it on the screen.
that? It's not his name. I mean, like, he can have his opinion. I don't even know why he's tweeting anymore.
Man.
Yeah. Just baits and logic versus the world. Don't worry. The world will see you one day.
Baits and logic versus the world. Okay, we're leaving this topic, man. We got to move on. Our next topic, North America and Europe, as we've had quite an interesting season, and it's been interesting. We've had online show matches. What were you gonna say, Bates?
Oh, I was just talking about the bar below us. That was for like the Nola and Ruddles to get their opinions. We already gave our opinions. Just in case people were confused.
Right, yeah. Oh, I didn't see it. That's on me. But this is just kind of like taking away all of the talk, all the conversation that's gone on. You know, we've had arguments, we've had lists, everything in between. And I think the question that comes around from this to start things off is there really a regional disparity?
Ah, dang it. That's another one. It was supposed to be from the Ruddles and Nola.
Oh, great.
No, we can rock with it.
I think we give our opinion on this like week in and week out.
Yeah, so it was supposed to be their opinion. Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. We have that.
You already know. I'm answering yes. Yes for me, Raul.
Yes.
And Damar.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. We don't even have to say which region because everybody knows.
Welcome to First Touch.
NA bias.
NA bias in the chat, please. Okay. There was talk of like hypothetical worlds winners, but again, this was all like something that we had planned out for like having 5 of us on. So you just have to kind of keep that in mind. But it does give us a little bit of extra time to talk about our next subject here.
No. I think we're about to do.
Oh, I don't see that on the thing. I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's not. It was there, but now it's not there. But I think we can still do it.
Yeah,
I believe
we have our top 5 players list. We all made a top 5 players list.
Oh wait, still says Noli at the top. Oh no,
no. Noli should be TBates.
Yeah, I'll be TBates. I'll be Noli today.
Really messed us up, man.
Yeah, Riddles.
Alrighty.
Okay. But we can still go through it and talk about our top 5. It's just people are gonna definitely screenshot that. Noli, you had this and this. Like someone's just not paying attention and they're like, "Oh, Noli, I didn't know you liked it." Noli's streaming right now too. It's so funny. He's probably gonna be like, "Hey, guys, they're bringing up your list of First Touch." He's like, "What?"
No. I think it got changed. It got changed to my list, I believe.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying people who don't understand that this is supposed to be T-Bates on the right side.
All right, well, T-Bates is on the right side, guys. I mean, I could tell y'all Noli's. Yeah. I'll just do Noli's. Yeah, we can just do Noli's. He's not here, and y'all can compare. Yeah,
okay,
we can do that.
Fine.
We can do that, Koji.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start with. Yeah, we're gonna start with Damar and go to Raul, and then go to Noli. Who Noli would have at top 5, just to compare. That sound good?
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Do I need to say it, or can we just have the reveal?
Yeah.
I mean, you can say it. You can reveal it. You can do everything.
All right. Well, I had Squishy at 5. Squishy Muffins at number 5. I think that for me, you know.
Can you pan to me real fast?
You should see his face. He did have a funny face. He's like,
Squishy? There's just no way. Okay, you can have him. Whatever.
Yeah, Squishy at 5. I think Squishy's super impactful.
This is top 5 like world.
Yeah.
Squishy at 5.
Is this just top 5 players in the world right now?
Yeah.
Oh, I made it
Squishy
all time. Ooh, I did an all-time top 5 list.
Okay.
Oh, that's on me.
Okay, so
oh my gosh. All right, whatever. We gotta continue. Oh, put your 5, bro.
Wait, are we talking? Bro, okay. Am I going now?
Yes, you're gonna go. Damar's list is just awful.
Okay. Well, Koji already put my number 5 up. I got Monkey Move for everything BDS is doing over there. He is the standing player on BDS, in my opinion. Mark Bae is no scrub. Extra's no scrub. I think Mark Bae is a incredible Robin to this man's Batman, or I mean, it could even be vice versa, to be honest, because Monkey Moon is a defensive monster, and Mark by 8 is the one scoring every goal for that BDS roster, from what I watch. But yeah, Monkey Moon's way too solid, way too impressionable as a player to not have on this list. That's my number 5. My number 4 is
Wait, there's not you yet. We're gonna go.
Oh,
Noli's
you're
number
going 5 in order.
5.
Okay, my bad.
We are giving Koji a headache. I'm sorry, Koji.
Koji's like, bro.
All right, Noli's number 5, Koji. As it was extra already. Okay, we got 2 EU players from out of our top 5 so far. Out of everybody's top 5, even though Damar, who would you have if you want to say your 5 right now?
Well, it's fine. I think hopefully we were able to change it a little bit, but my 4 and 3 would still be like top 5 right now. So,
Okay, so all right, roll Damar's number 4.
Number 4 is Justin. I have Justin sitting at number 4 right now. I think Justin, when he's on, he's impact player, always has been, always still is, and I have to address that and put him there. So I'll put Justin at 4.
Okay. All right.
For my number 4, I got Chicago. Chicago at my number 4 for top 5 in the world at the moment. Just hearing Chicago on that interview has made me realize that he is turning into a leader himself on a roster, and that is something that I value mentally for someone to become a leader. And he is probably the best on G2 on the field as well. He creates a lot of offensive opportunities for that roster with demos, even his speed. He's one of the fastest players in North America, and it's undisputed, and you can't even argue it. So Chicago at number 4 right now.
All right, and then Noli's number 4, I believe, is I think Alpha, maybe something along those lines. Yeah, I think it's Alpha 54. Yep. Ooh, so you got 2 EU for the EU player.
Alpha 54 is on 20 hours.
Alpha.
No, what is going on, bro? Yo, it's gonna be 5 EU players already. I already know it. It's
That's
5 EU players.
I don't know why he did that.
All right, Dababber, roll your 3.
Number 3, I probably should have him higher here, to be honest, but whatever. Garrett G. I got Garrett G at 3. Because, I mean, he's got that mentality. He's got the presence. Garrett G is just like, if there's anyone that you could never go wrong with picking for a team, it's Garrett for me. So I got to go Garrett G at number 3.
Hey, my number 3, back off the Mars, Garrett G. Number 3. Big mentality aspect for Garrett G. He is the best leader in the game, probably. It's extremely arguable to have him undisputedly the best leader in the game, and he is no scrub on the field as well. Garrett is honestly, I feel like Garrett is improving with time, and that's crazy to me because he's been in the scene for so long. He just has adapted to every single meta that is thrown at him. We saw a little bit into his work ethic while he was on the show last week, and it's crazy. It's just an inspiration. This player is.
That's such a beautiful compliment for Garrett G right there. I believe Noli's number 3 is somebody that you guys might disagree with that being number 3, but that is First Killer. First Killer is number 3. He probably has a lot of respect for the man. I even put him up here above Alpha 54 and Extra. So I mean, have an EU player putting First Killer top 3 is nothing to slouch at. But yeah, that's Noli's number 3. The Dazerin.
All right. I am just now making the swaps. So it'll work out. But I got for number 2, Monkey Moon at 2. I think BDS is still being as dominant as they are, and I think that Monkey Moon is a big part of it. Even though like he doesn't think that he's the best player in the team. I'm not saying he's the best player in the team, but I definitely think he's super impactful in the reason of BDS success. So I'll put Monkey Moon there.
For me, my number 2 player at the moment is First Killer. First Killer for me at number 2. This is something I feel like a decent amount of people could be surprised at. Me being a Jason fanboy. First Killer, he right now to me is probably he flip flopping 1 and 2, and I think it's gonna continue for a while. The kid is just so naturally talented, hardworking. He's yeah. It speaks for himself, honestly, on the field.
Yeah. So First Killer's gotten worse over the last 4 months is what Roll this is saying, guys, because if we were talking in February or March, it was Undisputed. There's nobody near his level. So whoever he hasn't won, man, I mean, he either got way better, first killer got way worse. Just wanted to point that out, world. Noli's number 2. It's also somebody from the NA side of, from the Atlantic, or for the western side of the
gosh.
Atlantic. Garrett G.
I'm actually surprised.
Sad number 2.
Yeah.
He got a lot of respect for the captain. Must just talking to Noli and how Noli approaches the game, how he approaches his work ethic, professionalism, all that type of stuff. He definitely takes that into account when he's looking at Garrett G, one of the most iconic players in the game. And I can understand why he put Garrett number 2. Just knowing Noli. If he was here, he'd
Wait.
probably explain a little bit better. But
Right.
Who is Demar's first? Oh, wait, hold
My
on.
first?
Hold on, wait.
it's very
Hold on,
obvious
hold
who his
on,
first
hold on.
is.
My first is first.
Oh.
First killer. I had Jason at number 1.
Jason.
With again, you talk about someone who's been standing out ever since he's been in here. It's always been first killer. In terms of, I've been a little iffy on first killer. I definitely have. You don't think so?
Nope, you've been just like Raul, but at least you're just keeping him up there.
Yeah. Yeah. I think like maybe iffy in terms of like Rogue as a whole, probably. But yeah, no, definitely think for like first killer. I mean, seeing Rogue still do it as well as they have, despite a lot of conversation about them and all these like rumors I'm hearing, and even just with them kind of even like looking a little, I'd say like a little shaky in the major, or at least not as dominant as they have been previously, they still look like a great team, like a top 4 team. So I have to put it at first killer, because I mean, not only does, in respect to Rogue, they all show up, but he's still as impactful.
I mean, there's only one player that can be on top or above first killer
Please don't
on my
say it.
list.
Please
And
don't say it.
what do you think I'm gonna say?
Just say it, man.
It's Justin.
Oh,
Who did you think I was gonna say?
I
Who
thought
did you actually think I was gonna say?
I thought you were gonna say Mist for a minute.
Mist.
I thought you were gonna say Mist.
High respects to Mist. The Mist ain't no scrub, honestly. Mist can be on this list for any of these players, honestly. Or well, not any of these players, but Mist is he's arguably top 5, honestly. Justin, hey, we saw it this weekend. The blinds was open. The sun beaming on his face. He was smiling, having a good time. And this is just looking towards the future. If Justin, you know what I'm saying, Justin goes out, have some fun, you know what I'm saying, does what he needs to do for his mental, comes back, actually enjoys the game. I think Justin is the best player to touch this game. If he, you know, he feels he's having fun. It all comes down to if you're actually enjoying the video game that you are playing, enjoying your time on the game. Right? And if Justin can do that, then I think Justin is the best player on this game.
All right, cool. All right, that's awesome. Cause see just how you switch Justin number 1 and you're eventually gonna switch C9. Cause that's the same logic I gave you about Justin being the best player in the world 3 months ago. But you're saying if first killer always, and you have first killer number 1, but all of a sudden you shifted.
Because Justin wasn't first killer was dominant.
Justin's always been dominant. That's neither here nor there though. Noli's number 1 is of course Monkey Moon.
He's so petty.
Yeah, he's so petty.
No, but I keep people accountable. I make sure I keep people accountable.
Okay.
He's got Monkey Moon number 1. That's top 5. He's of course he's got Monkey Moon. EU player has 3 EU players. And the NA people have 1 EU player each.
Sounds about right.
I'm just saying, y'all call me the most biased on the show, but if my top 5 was up there, I'd have 2 EU players. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all I want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give us a little insight.
I know they're not up there. You might get
Give
that
us
another
a
time.
little insight. Who's the second EU player?
He may say he gonna reveal that later. He's trying to keep that under wraps.
I keep that under wraps.
Later.
Yeah,
You know what I hear? A bunch of cap.
No cap.
Bunch of cap.
I'm really waiting though for TBates to reveal his top 5 players right now. Yeah, I guess he'll do it another time, but hey, keep an eye out. Obviously, make sure to follow TBates on Twitter at T3Bates, so you can get that tweet, because I'm sure he'll probably tweet it out, especially if he's keeping it a secret from us. But we got 10 minutes left in the show. We got to move on. Championships, as we are done with the regular season. We said that earlier, but that doesn't mean we're done with the entirety of this season. We have one more tournament. It is the championships. Obviously, this is talking about a format change. Wait, what are you talking about for a format change? Do you know what this is, Bates?
Yeah, it was the format for the championship. It was also
Oh,
supposed to be like for Noli and Reddles how they approached it.
oh, you're talking about how it's like
It's the best
actually
of
like
3,
the
best of
sets, the
7,
sets.
and the
Yeah,
best of 3, best of 5, stuff along those lines.
right. I see what you
But
mean.
you were trying to get their perspective on it,
Yeah, I was reading that. I'm like, wait, what is?
and I don't know if that necessarily works. Now, I mean,
No,
Earl could try to give his perspective. Earl, how would you approach it since you're the only other like RLCS starter caliber almost made it? How would you approach it if you were in there?
Best sets. I would. You'd have to scrim like best of sets. I feel like, or if you're not gonna scrim best of sets, you would never get into like a rhythm of like what it's like, in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to take it serious in scrims on a best of set kind of approach to it. But if they don't do that, then and they just scrim an hour a day, um, then going into the actual day, you're just gonna get exhausted. I feel like you have to play the amount of games that you're gonna play on game day.
That's
to
like
get used to it.
that's honestly a good Johnny Boy show match format. So Johnny, if I see it, I won't be surprised. Imagine like just having teams that are playing it like in different spots of a bracket just do the sets. Boom. There you
That
go.
would be good too. That'd be way
These are what they look
more
like.
intense than scrims. But they would all count as scrims. So you would
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
it just matters if people want to. Because imagine energy loses. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what we.
does energy want people to see that? Like,
I
so
guess,
it's just
but
like it matters. Like,
if it's a show match,
I'd
that's why I
do it.
said it. You know what I mean? Like,
And
if
a
it's
show match would be more than a scrim though, because people are watching.
right, and you're
So it'd
winning
be-
money for it.
But that's better practice for them.
It's way better
if you think
practice.
about
But
it.
yeah, but it's just whether or not people want to see you lose a show match. It's or not
Hey.
people, whether you want people to see you lose a show match, as I should say.
At the end of the day, it's more competition, right? So I feel like that should be more valued than scrims, because like scrims, you're testing things, or you're just going in to play, just to play, to keep your skill up as a team.
Yeah.
But if you go into a show match, you're fully focused, serious, 100% of the time.
Yeah, that's what I'm
you're
saying,
trying to
like, yeah.
win. It's way better practice, and I think teams should do that.
Yeah, no, I
That's
don't think
okay.
anybody disagree with that. I'm saying whether or not they want to be seen losing.
Hey,
That's
don't
what
lose. Don't
That's what
lose.
it comes down to. But
Personally, yeah, for me, I'm just like, it shouldn't matter. Like, if as long as you do well on championships, that's what's important. You can
Right.
people talk about you as much as you want to, but if you win on the day, then that's what's important. But speaking of on the day, we have a bracket. We have all the brackets, but we're only going to show 2 of them. We're going to show North America and Europe as we do predictions on what we think is going to happen on championships for NA and EU. This is the North American Championships bracket. You can see all the teams lined up here. G2 is going to play FaZe in a best of 5 set. Then Rogue and SSG are going to play in another best of 5 set. Then it goes from the semifinals. The winner of SSG Rogue plays Envy. And of course, there's a couple of lower bracket rounds where winner of G2 FaZe plays the loser of the quarters. Then they go to the semis, winner that plays NRG. So whew, that was a lot. But let's take it one series at a time here. We can start with G2 of FaZe. What are we thinking, boys?
G2.
Yeah.
Oh, G2, yeah.
Yeah, I think G2. So let's just
Oh,
hypothetically.
we're gonna do this as like a whole entire first touch.
Do we want to, or do we want to
Because
just
I'm
do like?
gonna have my. I want to say my own for like championship week.
Yeah, exactly. We should go through that a little
Because
bit.
that's also just supposed to be like Redo's Noli stuff.
You were waiting. You were waiting. We got thrown. We don't
we
have
got-
enough time to actually be able to break these down. We only have about a good, like 6 minutes left here at
Right.
most. So
So we
if
can break down. We
anything-
can break down round 1 of both of them. I got G2 winning. Go to. Go to. I'm gonna let you know that much right now. No disrespect to FaZe. I love all y'all. I love all y'all.
Definitely like G2 here. And like I said, we'll go in depth later on. I think that's the plan, is to go in depth.
That's as far as I'm gonna go for that. But that's the bracket.
Can we take a look at the EU bracket, Koji? What does that look like? Okay. Vitality in the semis, BDS in the other semis, who plays the winner of the lower quarterfinal match between Top Blokes and Guild, as well as the winner of Solar Queso. I gotta figure out a better way to flow that. I'll work on it. But Let's start. Solary Team Queso in a set. Who takes it? Real quick.
Queso.
Queso.
Wow.
And that's just, I'm going team cheese all the way.
Yeah, I gotta go Queso. Although I feel like, you know, it's definitely closer than the G2 FaZe match.
They're all
I
close.
think it is, yeah.
Yeah.
No, GC FaZe is close. They just went game 7. Did y'all forget about that?
Oh, yeah.
Did
Not
y'all-
sold. I'm not sold.
That's true. They did
Every
do
single
that.
matchup's close.
Well, maybe except top chokes. I'm still not sold on top chokes. I feel like, I don't know. I might have a short championships, but we will get to that at a later time.
That's just the
Because
brackets.
we just want to show you guys the brackets, what they look like, what you can come to expect when championships comes around in a couple weeks. Obviously, the conversation will get there. We're going to grab so many other opinions and throw them in here as well. So expect to hear voices from some of your favorite pros, coaches, the like, as things move forward. But for this show, we have to close out. We have things to do, place to be, and we got to prepare for next week. So obviously, guys, as we close out, any final thoughts on the day? And, you know, if there's anything else you want to add, now the floor is yours.
Go ahead, TBates.
Oh, go ahead for me. I just want to say that for all the people who don't understand Rocket League and you believe that Dignitas is undisputed best team in
Oh,
ever,
gosh.
I need you to really go back and watch the tape. Cloud9 was the best team in the world. Dignitas was not favored in 2017. Cloud9 was the best team in the world. They even beat Gale Force at that 2017 land, and then they won gnarly. They were predicted to win the world championship. The only thing Dignitas has on them is the second world championship. Cloud9 has so many other things on them, and they have the same amount of land wins. I just want everybody to think about that. Really go back and watch the tape and watch how people play Rocket League, and then come back and formulate an honest opinion besides just falling back with 2 world championships. Appreciate all y'all.
Did they win 2 world championships?
You could just be like Raul and be tone deaf or someone. I don't know exactly.
Tone deaf.
Yeah.
Or you could be like TBates and just be blind to the facts.
I look at the facts.
Have you?
Always.
Still ignoring it.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been First Touch. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you very much.
We'll have guests on eventually.
We'll have guests on when they don't throw up in the morning or whatever. I don't know what happened. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been First Touch. It's been a fun show. Definitely, you know, look over the tape, you know, but I'm just saying one team was called the Dynasty. That's just my final thoughts on that.
Dynasty
been-
because one guy did a cross map rotation and bumped him out of the way, and another guy scored the wide open net.
That is it for the show today. Thank you all so much. On behalf of TBates, Dizz, Koji, and myself, it's been a fun show. It's definitely been a fun show. Big shout outs to Koji, though. There's a lot of adaptations that needed to happen last second. And, like, honestly, like, the show ran smoothly, even with me getting my list wrong and everything else in between. So big shout outs to him pushing all the buttons behind the scenes. But of course, everybody who's been watching, thank you so much for watching today. We are done. We will be back next Monday for episode 12. We are at 12 out of 14 coming up soon. So as the season closes, so does the season of this show, season 1 of this show. But we'll talk about more of that later. We got a lot of things to, you know, push buttons on in the meantime, figure things out, and want to give you guys a good show next week. So on behalf of that, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a good rest of your day. We'll see you next week.